All right, y'all, I was craving sushi, but in a different type of way. Let's get into these deep fried sushi bites that I made using chickpea tuna. Y'all, I've never had deep fried sushi bites before. It's gonna be my first time making it, so I'm super excited to see how they turn out. I'm using some sushi rice, and you're just gonna cook it as the package instructs you to. Then I pressed it down into a pan, and then I let it cool for about 30 minutes to an hour. Really, you're supposed to let it sit overnight. And I probably should have did that. Later on, you'll see why. It just helps the rice stay more firm, and it just overall gives you a better outcome. So I took it out, popped it out, and now I'm just cutting my rice into some nice squares. You can cut these into a nice size that you like. Mine's are just going to be a regular size square, bite size, something that you can just pop right into your mouth. Cut as many as you can, and they should look just like this. So cute. All right, I'm going to put that to the side. Next, we're going to whip up some chickpea tuna. This is by far one of the easiest seafood replacement dishes that I've ever made. I've made chickpea tuna before, but I didn't have the black salt. So this time I do have the black salt. And when I tell y'all it made so much of a difference, you can find the black salt on Amazon. I'll be sure to drop the link in the description below. But yes, just Google black salt on Amazon. It looks just like pink salt, but just make sure it says black salt. And then you can use that if you want anything to taste like eggs, I promise you. And you only need a little bit. So I got some celery that I diced up real fine, some red onions, and I also got some tomatoes, totally optional. I got some mustard powder, and I also got some beetroot powder. And I'm adding that for color, and it's also super beneficial. Then you want to go in with just a tad bit of vegan mayo. This is going to make it nice and creamy, and then I'm just squeezing in some fresh lemon juice. You can totally mash this up with a potato masher, a fork, however, but I'm just going in with my hands. It's just much easier. And I'm just mashing it until all of my chickpeas are nice and smashed until it starts kind of looking like tuna, which it is. Look at this, y'all. This looks so good. At this time, I do like to give it a little taste. Sometimes I might need to add a little bit more black salt, but just make sure you taste it at that time to be sure if that's what you want for your flavor profile. I'm slicing some jalapenos up because I'm going to put that on top. All right, time to fry our rice squares. All right, the first thing you want to do is make sure that oil is super, super, super hot, y'all. I messed up with frying these in a pan. I'm going to show y'all, too. Like, this is what you don't want to happen. I don't think my oil was hot enough. So, yeah, all my little squares that I made went to freaking waste. So, thank goodness I still had some rice left of the edges that I cut off, and I just formed those into little squares, and they still turned out good, y'all. I just put it in my deep fryer at 350. So, I mean, hey, this is how we develop recipes. You gotta make mistakes to learn what not to do, right? So, these turned out fabulous. I also think next time, instead of 350, I might turn the fryer up to 375 because they did take at least like 5 to 7 minutes to fry and get nice and golden brown. And I believe that they should have took at least maybe 5 minutes or less. And then also, maybe this is why they said, use the day-old rice. But we'll see. At the end of the day, they still turned out delicious. I got some nori sheets, aka seaweed paper, and I'm just putting that in between. Then I'm going on top with my chickpea tuna mix, topping it with a jalapeno. I got some sriracha mayo sauce, which is basically just a little yum yum sauce that I whipped up together. I'll drop that recipe in the caption as well. For a little more spice, I'm going on top with some regular sriracha, and it also just made it look so beautiful. You can go ahead and top this with some sesame seeds, and then lastly, some green onions. Y'all, these turned out so freaking cute, and they were so good. And it's definitely giving like fancy vegan appetizer, and it didn't take no time to make. Look how gorgeous these look. I think these would be like a showstopper at any party, show up and show out with these. Have you ever had deep fried sushi before? If you have, let me know what you think and give this recipe a try.